Well, I'm currently on the M1 travelling north to Northampton, going to VRS. And the reason why I'm going to VRS is because I've bought another broken car. We're good to go. So my name's Calvin, by the way, for those that are new to my channel, at Calvin's Car Diary on Instagram. And yeah, so I'm currently on the M1 travelling to Northampton. The traffic is slowing down, believe it or not, but it is early in the morning. So yeah, if you're wondering why I sound like I've just got out of bed, it's because I've just got out of bed. All right, so yeah, I'm tired. My job today is to get this Audi S3 sorted that I just bought. So if you listen, let me try and get up some speed. Is he gonna let me in front of him? He's got no choice. It's got a whir coming from the back. Now, over the last few weeks, obviously you watch my channel, I've done wheel bearings on lots of cars. I've done a wheel bearing on my Audi S3, I've done a wheel bearing, I think, on my Golf R, on my Golf GTI Edition 30. I've done lots of wheel bearings on cars lately, and they've all been VWs and Audis. And I got in this car thinking it definitely needs a wheel bearing. And we got it up on a ramp yesterday, and there ain't nothing wrong with the wheel bearings. It turns out, well, it's looking like it's the diff. So the car's done 85,000 miles. I bought it knowing that it's going to need a little bit of money spent on it, so it's fine. You know, again, going back to what I said in previous videos, if you buy a car for the right money, it don't matter that it's got an issue with it. It's obviously just don't want to get out of hand with spending on it. So let me quickly tell you how this car come about. So my Golf R, the 600 bhp Golf R, the bloody YouTube famous crazy Golf R, that I'd recently done a competition on, a guy called Simon King won that car, and he decided he didn't want the car, he wanted to sell it. So the guy that bought it had this Audi S3 that he wanted to part exchange, which basically meant I had to buy his part exchange, if that makes sense. So the end result was I ended up with his Audi S3, the Audi S3 owner ended up with the Golf R, and Simon ended up with money. It turns out Simon's actually going to begin car trading with the money. I think he is. That's what he's told me. He's going to do car trading with the money that he's got, and he's going to try and start up his own little business doing car trading. So let me give you a quick tip as well on the car trade front. You can buy and sell 6 cars a year in your own name without paying any tax. You can privately buy and sell, like own as your own car, up to 6 cars a year without paying any tax. So keep that in mind if you're about to start buying and selling cars. You can get a bit of tax-free income there. It's legal, it's fine, it's a little loophole, and yeah, anyone can do that. So yeah, so the plan for today's video is I'm going to go to Jabir as well, by the way. Let me just shout out Jabir. Jabir is the guy that's owned the Golf R. I don't know if Jabir wanted his name mentioned on social media. He's got to mention on social media. Jabir's got the Golf R. I'm going to try and get him to set up an Instagram page for that car. If he does, I'll put a link for it in the description below, alright? So yeah, the plan for this video is get this S3 looked at. There's actually a gym in Northampton next to VRS. I'm going to go to the gym, then I'm going to drop the car off to VRS, and we'll see where we end up. Alright? See you in a bit. Oh, it's cold out there today. Is that alright? That's alright, isn't it? Yeah, cinematics look good, man. Like, 'cause there's a little bit of sunlight there, and I sort of filmed a shot of the seats looking through the window. It just looked all really nice. But let's talk about the seats actually. So these seats are like, on eBay at the minute, they're a couple of grand. So if you've got an S3 with these seats in it, it is a massive extra. So this is like a sort of bottom of the market car. Like I said, it's actually done 83,000 miles. I think I said 85 earlier. So it's done a bit of mileage, but it is a seriously high spec car. It's got like sat nav, heated seats. It's an S-tronic as well. It's the first S-tronic S3 that I've ever had. The last two that I had were manuals, and obviously it's got these seats as well. So yeah, I think it's going to sell pretty quick. But so that was obviously my intention to buying the car, by the way. I bought it to sell it. I'm not planning to keep it. It's got one of these sort of off-the-shelf generic maps, like a stage 1 map with a carbon intake. It actually pulls really well. So I don't know how well that map would look on a dyno graph, but it feels pretty good to drive. Oh, there's an old M5 there. No way, let me get a picture. How random is that? Random. They were a cool car back in the day. So I've just been to DW in Northampton. Bit of a hole if I'm honest with you, but it doesn't serve the purpose. So I'm gonna go get some breakfast now. We're gonna go to VRS, which is literally a couple of minutes around the corner. We're gonna get them to have a look at it, and hopefully we'll get it sorted today. This diff issue, yeah? See in a bit. Oh wait, how could I forget to mention that I'm obviously wearing my NAFFCO54 bomber jacket today, and I'm wearing this NAFFCO54 black on black hoodie, which is like a poly hoodie. Gotta mention it. I'm gonna talk about it more at the end of the video, but that's a Black Friday thing, so I'll talk about that later on in the video. Right, so let's get to VRS. This noisy, it's definitely a different will.
It appears so, yeah. If you put a screwdriver,
that's quite a good little trick, that, isn't
like
it?
That. Yeah, everybody knows this trick, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean? No, most mechanics.
Yeah.
99% of them will
stick your ears
listen
to the screwdriver.
So you listen, and the noise travels down the screwdriver. I mean, there's other listening devices you can get, but of course, it's a simple one, and you can hear it. But you don't need it because you can hear it anyway.
It's bloody noisy anyway, yeah. It's definitely not wheel bearings.
No,
it's definitely a diff.
Yes, 100%.
The diff's probably the expensive bit of the lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a second-hand diff from eBay, from a decent salvage yard, will be anywhere from someone who's trying to get rid of one at 300 quid up to 750 quid.
Yeah,
you know, it depends on what they paid for the car, usually salvaged, on what they asked for, the second-hand parts, and the mileage.
Yeah.
So we've got a diff anyway. So we do buy stuff. From salvage yards specifically for this, so when people come in they aren't going to wait for days for the car. So we try and keep a rear diff in stock, pop shaft, gearbox, just because we do so many of these cars. It's a no-brainer.
Is it a common problem then?
No, the actual common, the diff, the noise that you've got, I've never changed the diff for that noise yet.
Really?
Not for the rumble in the diff. What I have seen is what you do see, basically the Haldex clutch pack in the front part of the diff here, when the cars are worn, when it's tuned, or sometimes they'll wear from old oil, or if the pump's clogged up, if it's not been serviced correctly, or if you're just unlucky. Or sometimes when the cars are dyno, just front wheel drive, this heats up massively, because if you think you carry out a dyno in front wheel drive, the car's static. If the rear wheels aren't turning, this prop's doing 140 mile an hour, and the clutch packs are spinning around inside. Although there's no pressure, it can potentially cause a problem if it was to get really hot.
That's interesting.
If you did a dyno pull, one dyno pull, and then let the car cool right down, and then did another dyno pull, it's probably not going to affect it much. But if you did if you did 10 dyno pulls in a row, I suspect the diff would probably be knackered as you use it for dyno. So ultimately, it's better to have all 4 wheels turning on a dyno, whether it's linked or not, you know. But as long as the wheels are turning, and that is better. So
cool. So we're gonna drop the diff out and replace it today, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Cool. So while you're here, do it while you're waiting. On it. So obviously second-hand diff, new axle oil while we're there.
Yeah.
So 2 new bungs, so they won't leak. Drain the Haldex, took the pump out, clean the pump, clean all the housing out. New bolts to the pump, new filler bung, new drain bung, all done.
Bloody hell. Sorted.
That's it. So it takes about 2 hours. So your labour, £138 plus VAT normally. 2 hours labour.
And then if you've got one of them in stock, they are...
Yeah, I mean, a diff, like I said earlier, is anywhere from... you might find a really cheap one.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere from £300.
But you're happy for someone to supply you a diff, so if you was to do it yourself...
No, of course, yeah. I mean, we don't always have them on the shelf.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
If we have, great. And then that's it, basically. So then we just service the diff while it's there, so it's all brand new now inside.
Wicked. Sorted. Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Better. So that horrible whining noise has now gone, and I can finally drive this S3 and enjoy it. So like I said earlier, this is a stage 1 car. It's not a custom map, it's like I said, it's a bloody generic off-the-shelf map, but it does pull extremely well. And I say it a lot with all cars. If you've got a turbocharged car, getting it tuned is an absolute must. Even if you just go to stage 1, little remap does the car a world of good. So this is actually, I did say this earlier as well, this feels so good. This is my first S-tronic Audi S3, so I might just do a little follow-up video just comparing it to a Golf R and let you know my thoughts on it compared to a Golf R, because I think that can make quite an interesting video. But yeah, like, it gives you an idea as well. Like, I do buy pretty much anything, and when it comes to buying cars, I say it all the time, don't let problems scare you. I get faced with people that buy cars all the time, and lots of people tell me about what ifs. What if this happens, and what if that's a bigger problem than it seems? And do you know what? Generally, I know I had my disaster with my RS6, which is actually at VRS now, as you just probably saw in the video. I'll have an update on that very soon. But yeah, I did have a bit of a disaster with that car. It's all sorted now. It cost a lot more money than I wanted it to, but that's pretty much as bad as it gets. But that is a V8 bi-turbo. It's a seriously valuable car. Your big cars come with big bills. Quite a simple thing in life. So yeah, but what I'm trying to get at anyway, the diff was gone in this car. I thought it was a wheel bearing. Jabir, the guy that sold it to me, he adamantly told me it's a wheel bearing. I've got a feeling, Jabir, because I know you're going to be watching this video, I've got a feeling that you probably knew that it needed a diff, but you've done that. But anyway, so I got the diff done. It wasn't as much money as I thought, and the car is actually a really nice car. VRS have now printed off all of the history as well, so we've got all of the VW history, Audi should I say, all of the Audi service history printed off on a bit of paper. It's had a Haldex all service done, so it's now ready for getting up for sale and get it sold. So sales pitch now, guys. Yeah, sales pitch incoming. First of all, I want to say NAFFCO54. This is a black on black hoodie. A lot of people don't like, or some people don't like, the colourful logo. I love the colourful logo personally, but for Black Friday we're going to be launching these hoodies, so I'll put a link to NAFFCO54, the website, in the description below. This car, if you want to buy this car, if anyone's interested in buying a car, we do finance, warranties and blah blah, all that sort of stuff. This is going to go straight up sale as soon as this video goes live. You can buy this car with zero deposit, get it on finance, and you could own this car. It is an entry-level car as far as mileage is concerned, but it's a top-level car as far as specs concerned. So it is a bit of a sales pitch. I think someone's going to buy this car, love it, and enjoy it, and it's probably going to be one of you lot. So if you want to get this car, I'll put links in the description below. And then finally, VRS. Let me just talk about my relationship with VRS. The guys there are proper sound. Will's obviously the guy that owns the place. They're all proper decent guys. They don't pay me to talk highly of them, because no one could ever do that. You can pay me to talk highly of anything. Get your words out, Calv. Especially not if they weren't good, you know. They're bloody good, and I'm open about how I feel about the service they offer. They do a quality job. They look after me. In return, I want to look after them. So if you need any tuning or anything doing, any bits, VW, Audi, they do BMWs as well. They've done my M135i. They've done loads of stuff for me. They're a good bunch, and I highly rate them. So I'll put a link to them in the description below as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to see a video on this car, like comparing it or talking about my thoughts on this car or anything, let me know what you want to see on this S3 before it goes. And that's pretty much it, alright? Audi RS6 update coming very soon. That's it, innit? I've covered everything. I hope you like this video. If you did like this video, hit like. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. I upload a video every single Wednesday and Sunday at 6 PM. I'm also on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary. So if you do subscribe and hit the bell icon, I'll see ya in my next video, alright? Bye. In the next episode of Calvin's Car Diary, before I sell it, I thought I need to do a little review on the Audi S3. That video is going to be live on Wednesday at 6 o'clock.